in a world whose hosts cried out for a replacement to Thunderdome. The Top 10 is proud to bring you the Realist.
Realist! Realist!
Welcome, everybody, to this week's edition of The Realist.
Realist! Realist!
All right, you know how we do this. We have three people that we select randomly. One person suggests the topic. Two people send in their lists, and then we break them down. Matt and I have not seen either one of these lists, so we're going to bring them down. We reserve the right to compile the list at the end at where we see fit, but we won't add or take anything away.
Correct, Amundo, and I thank you for stalling so I could pull up the email that has their lists. It was professionally done. And, to join your ranks, I might just obnoxiously eat this straight on air at some point.
Those sons of bitches.
I tried to tweet back. It's like, dude, what's more offensive is the fact that you didn't share with me.
Yeah.
You just sat, and I found this perfect gift of this dead-eyed individual just staring straight and shit's falling out of their mouth. It wouldn't load on Facebook. But then I was like, I don't need to vote. Do I need to stoke the fires?
Very funny. Shout out to Chris Alexakos, Kristen Smith, Joe Ibarra, Clay Williams, all the people Clay used to help us.
And Mike Shea,
people who help us compile these lists and get them to us, and of course help us with all the stuff we do on the show. It's why we're able to do this extra content for you.
Yeah, Alexakos does the legwork on this, and we appreciate it every single time. So, like you said, it's their list. One person creates the topic. You want to just jump right in?
Yeah.
So selecting the topic is Mr. Wiley Todd.
Hey-o.
And he selected the topic Top 10 Tom Cruise movies.
All right.
And then Alexakos has a postscript there.
Mm-hmm.
And nothing there, so we will move on. So do you want Mr. Hall, or do you want...
I chose last week. You choose this week.
All right, go with Mr. Hall, and I'll go down to...
Okay. All right. Okay. Should we start there?
Go for it.
All right, Matt Hall. He says, hi, guys. Thanks for letting me get involved in The Realist. Been a patron for coming on a year now and really enjoy the content you're putting out, so really happy to try and contribute to it. Was great to see you at the London show. Oh, thanks, man. Thanks for coming. And can't wait for you guys to come back. Would be great to see you sell out the bigger venue and possibly do a double-header show. Both of those are in conversation right now, Matt, just to let you know. Shout out to my friend and fellow Patreon, Joseph Burtwhistle, for getting me into the show. He fully flies the flag for you guys trying to spread the pod. He's been trying to force the Cinephiles on me for years. Oh, on the other one. Thank you as well to Christos Alexakos for his patience with me to find a topic I could contribute to. He's a credit to yourself. Setup. However, I've only seen 11 of Tom Cruise's films, so this list is not based on his full works. Wow. For full disclosure...
How is that possible?
Well, he's probably a young kid.
Has to be.
For full disclosure, the one I've seen that's being missed off is American-made, so any others that I haven't included in my list, you can assume I have not seen. All right. Should we go?
Okay. Yeah, jump right in.
Number 10 is Valkyrie. Is that on your list?
That's my number, 8.
Okay. He says, I'm a sucker for a World War II film, and it was fascinating to see this piece of history I was previously unaware of. Not the most obvious choice of film for Bryan Singer, and the film loses its edge with the foreknowledge that the assassination attempt fails, but Tom Cruise carries his character well through the film.
All right. We'll do Robert Haley. Babbo. We'll do his preamble, so to speak, when we do my list. But for Valkyrie, he says, I actually don't remember this movie much, but I remember liking it a lot. Should probably revisit it soon. And it made number 8. Babbo, one of the few people that's got a nickname on the show. That's, like I've inadvertently seen Valkyrie a couple times since. Yeah. Just it was on somewhere.
Right. It's a weird film for so many reasons.
For a lot of reasons. It's interesting that this is based on a historical event.
Which I didn't know about until I saw a documentary on it before the film.
Okay.
Yeah.
I knew that there were numerous attempts on his life. Just like any real world leader, there's numerous attempts.
Well, some of them.
Most of them.
Okay, fine, most of them. But this was, I know, Tom Cruise is a Nazi officer. I'm like, Brada I can accept. Anybody British playing Nazi we've seen many times.
Oh, yeah.
But Cruise is a little weird.
Bill Nye, just like, sure, I can see you as
I buy that.
Not a problem.
Yeah.
It's a big cast.
Yeah.
It's a complex plot.
And Bryan Singer, of all people, directing this. I mean, like, I wonder
was that a Singer?
Yeah, I wonder if there's any bullshit with Singer on this set, like there is on like there have been on other sets.
I don't even want to speculate because only madness that way lies. Because the first two things I thought of, I was like, I shouldn't say that aloud. Yeah. So that was 1 and 2. That chamber's got 6. You know, there is no missing chamber on this Russian roulette wheel. So. Let's say it's one I choose not to play.
All right, we'll move on. Number 9, War of the Worlds.
Let me see. Not on the list.
Oh, wow. All right, Matt says, not one of his most popular films, but saw this in the cinema as an 11-year-old. Oh, I hate you. And it really stuck with me. The tension from the constant threat throughout the film had me constantly on edge, and the way Spielberg depicted a stressed population screwing each other over for survival is frighteningly realistic. Agreed.
Have you ever heard the theory about it that when he goes in the room with Tim Robbins, he dies? Because everything goes his way thereafter.
Interesting.
Trust me, I had never heard that until years of having seen it more than once.
Right.
Because the pivot at the end is, bacteria. No, I'm not fucking buying that shit at all.
That's the story in the book. So they just, here's what I'll say. Just because they adhered to the book doesn't necessarily mean it was a right decision.
Exactly.
So I can understand that.
People were less educated as to what that actually meant, so it seemed plausible. Like, oh yeah, because we're just discovering this.
Yeah.
When this book comes out, I don't believe there's penicillin. I don't believe there's like a few things that we take for granted now.
Right.
Jonas Salk isn't alive. Childhood diseases are killing off a ton of people. So it makes sense. You go bacteria and people are like,
oh shit.
The specter of bacteria. It's like viruses. Like, what is it? What? An organism that splits? But when you see it as an adult, it's like, that just doesn't make a lick of fucking sense.
I still think you could make the argument even back then going, well, duh. How could they not know that we had bacteria on the Earth?
Oh, and if you travel interstellarly, you've had to deal with the vacuum of space. You can deal with the bacteria.
You just sent a recon mission out first to see how they react.
You already tested the soil, but plus they're below the surface for how many years?
Yeah, true.
So they're already interacting with some of it. Right. So what? They had shields up underneath the ground, and as soon as they get up, they go, shields down, guys. We got this.
We're so good to go.
We are dunking on these people left and right. It's like,
suck it, humans.
You already had a fail-safe for this because you got here.
Right, exactly.
You
just
did.
Getting here.
Getting here, you had to have that fail-safe. There was bacteria and germs and all that shit on wherever you came from and wherever you've been.
How do you not test, just go a little...
That doesn't make a lick of fucking sense.
But it's a fun movie. I love the hell out of this movie. The ending, yes, I agree with you, Matt, about the ending, but everything around is great. I hadn't heard that theory before. That's cool.
That theory, at least maybe in his dying gas, he's like, bacteria. And it's him slipping off into oblivion.
As his face melts off. All right, number 8 is Tropic Thunder.
It's a slight punt.
Okay, go ahead.
A very slight punt. So Mr. Haley says, hello, Matt and John. As always, very proud to be a patron and to participate in the relist. I was going to make some snarky comments about this being the 4th time you guys are discussing Tom Cruise, but you probably already did. Actually, I had the thought, but I haven't seen a couple of his... He is a superstar. Yeah. I haven't seen a couple of his most famous, but I like my list overall, and I limited myself to just one Mission Impossible movie to make way for a wide selection. I probably would have done the same. Also, spoiler alert, fuck Jerry Maguire.
Oh, Jesus.
It just comes out. I hate that movie, and I want it to be known that I intentionally omitted it, not that I haven't seen it. Well, let's see if it comes up on yours.
Yeah.
10 is Eyes Wide Shut.
Ooh, let us see what we have. Eyes Wide Shut, if we have it on our list at all. That's a negative, Red Dog.
All right. Mr. Haley says, a truly weird movie that isn't really for me. And still made number 10. Maybe you squeeze in a second Mission Impossible. I'm not advocating for that. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
This is what you got to say. But Tom gives a great performance, so I had to include it. I don't know that I've ever sat down to re-watch it fully again.
Okay.
I've seen chunks of it since. I saw it the one time in the theater and walked out going, what? Well, hold on, what?
Yeah.
Because Kubrick, you're just looking for all this hidden allegorical, metaphorical meaning and what does this represent? And you have to ask the questions of this just seems like a weird sex jaunt, a psychological between the two.
I just think he's miscast. I think he's miscast. I think he's doing the best he can do. Like Interview with the Vampire. Like a lot of people love Interview with a lot of people defend Interview with the Vampire. It's a good movie. but there's a better person to have played the Tom Cruise role.
Oh, he hams it.
He did a great job.
He fully hams it. He's the only one.
Yeah, but there would have been a better person to play it. And even Banderas, I think, would have been a better choice at that time in his career. He's in the movie, but seeing his version of Lestat would have been incredible. Yeah.
Yeah, when they go to Europe.
Yeah.
With this old world vampire. We've been around the block. Like, you're nouveau riche.
Right.
We're actually riche.
Those are new teeth. These teeth have been around for a while.
Precisely.
New fangs.
And this is what he was trying to escape because we all recognize that he was a poser.
Yeah.
He's a straight poser. That dude does not have the goods. So 9 for him is American Made, which is not on that list.
No.
And he starts with not a great film, but the role is perfect for Tom. The only way it would have been better is if he had come to it 15 years earlier. Yeah, I guess because his wife he's got like 2 kids in it.
Yeah.
And his wife's, she looks 15, 20 years younger.
Yep. Don't disagree with that.
But I guess he's trying to pass off on early 40s as opposed to in my 50s. Type of late 30s, early 40s.
Yeah.
And
she's way too young. She looks like his not even his oldest daughter. She looks like his youngest daughter. That's how old he looks in comparison to her.
The only problem with making someone a little bit more age appropriate is then the kids look too young for her.
Right. That's true. Well, that's why you don't. Never mind.
That's why,
But he's great in the film.
He is.
As opposed to The Mummy, which was terrible.
It's the conundrum of having a 50-some-odd-year-old actor that still wants to pass for 38.
Tommy was showing the wrinkles in the last Mission Impossible. Tommy was showing them. You're just like, okay, I have to accept that the man is coming to the end. It's fucking mind-blowing, man.
Oh, yeah.
Heartbreaking.
American Made, to me, is more symptomatic of that.
Okay. Yeah, you can see it, right? He's struggling.
He just looks old.
Yeah, he does.
And there's nothing wrong with that, Tom. I'm not saying you're
right.
It's not a bad thing.
Okay.
Is
we all get old.
Eccentric a personality as you seem to have, I have thoroughly enjoyed your work for a long, long time.
Yeah.
And on numerous different levels. I wish, just as John does, you'd go back to Collateral. That's my hope. Mm-hmm. Hopefully we get to that on these lists. I haven't scanned upward.
Okay.
So that was his 9.
All right.
8 was Valkyrie.
Yeah.
7 was the punt from you, Tropic Thunder.
Okay, so we're jumping in. Okay.
Yeah, might as well. Okay, well, yeah, I apologize. I fell back into the rhythm of our show. What's your 7?
7 is Mission Impossible.
Just the first one?
The first one, yeah.
What do you want to do? Because that's, technically a punt, but not technically a punt. You know what I mean?
What do you mean? Is it in the top 5?
It's not that specific one.
Oh, because he's got another one on here that's a different Mission Impossible. So, all right, so he says, full respect to the film that launched a franchise to compete with, but not defeat, James Bond. It has set the guidelines of modern spy blockbusters and has been parodied so many times you don't even need to have seen it to know its twists and catchphrases, which may be the reason it's never motivated me to watch the full series. You're fucking missing out, Matt, because actually this is not the best one of the series. Certainly, start at 3 and go to the end. Those are better installments than 1 and 2. That's what I would say. So
the last 2, for me as an average moviegoer who's never really been connected, the Fallout was the last one. Right?
Yeah, last one.
That was my favorite of the series.
Yeah, I loved Fallout.
It's not saying much though, because I don't know. He's never in peril to me. It's come up on the show before. He's Tom Cruise, so it's kind of hard to buy a franchise from him. Whereas one-offs, I guess I'm more believing of it.
You like those more. Okay.
I think by and large, Ghost Protocol was good.
Are you turned off by franchises? Are there franchises that you actually do like?
Yeah.
Which ones?
Practically any franchise.
Really?
By and large.
Do you like the Terminator franchise?
Moments.
The Aliens franchise?
I like the idea behind it so much so that I told you it came up on a Topic Thunder. I wish Scott would go back and do Prometheus, because I think there are moments of Prometheus where to me it's exactly what it's like seeing the inside of your mind when it comes to this. That's impressive.
I don't disagree with you.
And there are other times it's just like, this is muddying the waters. I don't care for these characters. The storyline to me is dragging it down. Oh, here comes Fassbender as David. That is creepy as shit. Let's spend more time like the
David.
Instead, cast an age-appropriate actor as opposed to putting Guy Pearce in makeup. Even though I love Guy Pearce. Anyway, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Not on this list.
This Mission Impossible film it's a good film. It's a good beginning, but honestly, you could skip this film and jump to 3, 4, 5 and enjoy the hell out of them. All right, his number 6 is The Last Samurai.
Not on my list.
Oh, that's a shame. I fucking love this movie. I find Japanese history / culture fascinating, so it was great to see an unknown part of their history portrayed. Well, full respect to Tom Cruise for, at the height of his power, taking on a role that could potentially blow up in his face if not handled right culturally. Oh, that's a nice word there, Matt. But also received backlash in the States with its subject matter of a traditional people rebelling against the industrialization of their country. Great performance from Tom Cruise and complimented brilliantly by Ken Watanabe. That's for sure. That's the thing. I understand the complaint about this film. Like, the white savior. Blah,
not
blah,
enough
blah.
white people in it?
No. This idea
for a movie set in Japan as they're moving from the feudal state they were in before to a more modern age.
Yeah. I mean, that's the historical, I won't say accurate part of it, the historical illusion that makes sense.
But that is the bleed over from, there's a shred of truth, and I'm sure in that. So our Civil War was basically one of the bigger ones right before full-on World War I breaks out.
Yep.
So generals, tacticians, and whatnot visited that war and studied it and whatnot, what machine gun fire can do and everything like that. So it would make sense that they would have then, just like we have today, guys that have been in wars, go out and they contract around the world.
Yeah.
And this is just an early version of it. So I could see maybe Japan, as they're trying to modernize, they bring in to learn formations and how to drum and how to platoon guys and stuff like that. You bring in somebody that's done it.
Yeah.
It's totally plausible.
I agree.
Yeah, it's one of those, it's like I've said about The Impossible before, that big tsunami movie. Mm-hmm. It's like, let's focus on the English family that just happens to be here instead of the indigenous population that is going to, this is way...
they knew what they were getting into by being born there.
True. But this is going to destroy their culture.
Yeah, exactly.
Their township, it's way more detrimental.
Well, I think the reason Last Samurai works for me is because the film is populated by incredible Japanese actors. And
it's beautiful.
Yeah, and it's also beautiful, absolutely. Edward Zwick did a fantastic job. He did Glory. He brought so much majesty and reverence for the Japanese culture, for the samurai, for this time in the history of Japan that I really enjoyed. And you have the journey that Nathan Algren is on, which is his character, the PTSD that he's suffering with because he was a soldier who was commanded to kill Native American women and children and men, almost against his will, but he had to do his job and he's haunted by it. So what's his journey to his his redemption. And then you have Watanabe's journey as well, which is fucking so poetic. So it's just, I love the film to pieces. I get the complaints, but it's never going to take away my love for the film. All right.
Yeah, no, I'm a fan. I understand exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
But I'm just trying to appreciate it for what it is.
Exactly.
The only thing that kills me about it is Tom Cruise's hair is just too good. It's the perfect kind of mussed up awful. It's like, that's a good shampoo, made it to look like it's dirty. He's got some great hair in this. He does. This is A+ Tom Cruise hair.
That's true. Very true.
So my 7 then is Tropic Thunder. We got to it.
We got to it.
Pretty quick.
Yeah.
So what did he say?
Although a terrific film, it can't go any higher on the list due to Tom Cruise's smaller role. It's great to see him willing to make a joke of himself and take on a role so unfamiliar from the classic Cruise roles, but he fully embraces it and pulls out a very entertaining performance. I agree.
Yes, Mr. Haley says the cameo is what makes the movie.
Oh yeah.
Tom really goes for it, and it's so different than his usual fare. Mm-hmm. I like the. So I've heard later on, but I heard him talk about it in an interview. Who is it? Olivier, that you start with the shoes?
Yeah.
And you build the character up from there? Cruise literally came in and said, I want his hands to look like this. And he just had a vision of what? I believe that's the first thing he came into. Like, I visualized these big, meaty, sweaty sausage paws. I appreciate that about it.
With those massive forearms.
Yeah. He came in with a distinct character idea. That's all him. This is all his choices.
People would have followed, like, if you could have created, what's his name? The Les Grossman, I think his name is. If you could have created a Les Grossman, like, Twitter account or Instagram account, the thing would have hundreds of thousands of followers, if not millions. And if you consistently made very funny videos of him reacting to shit going on in the world of entertainment, oh my God, you'd make money, hand over fist.
Yeah, but you really can't dish on actual. Theirs is fictitious.
Right. But it feels real, right? This idea of the G5.
Exactly. But now you want him to... that's one thing for Tom Cruise to do it to a fictitious world. It's another to show up once or twice a month to make fun of the real world because he has to work with these people. He wants all the jobs.
I'm saying you wouldn't use Tom Cruise. You'd use somebody who would do an imitation of Les Grossman and hopefully be just as good.
I would rather it be his Funny or Die, and he just checks in on, and he's talking shit about fake. Like there's clips that cut to, and it's just like this, and then oh my god,
he did an MTV Video Awards segment for it as Les Grossman that is hilarious. Yeah, so
that I wish that I could fully see because then it's just like Tom, just wig out. It's just going to be you.
Yeah,
we'll intersplice. Maybe we'll bring in somebody every once and again.
Yeah,
but it's going to take 10 minutes. But you got to put on all this prosthetics. That does suck.
That's true. The prosthetics probably takes a lot of time. What does he say about it? Nothing.
I already told you what he said.
Okay. All right. So then what's your number 6?
6 is Top Gun.
That's a slight punt.
Okay.
All right.
What do you got at 5?
Minority Report.
That is a punt.
Wow. Okay.
That was your 5?
Yeah.
My 5 is A Few Good Men.
And not on this list.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
One he hasn't seen, I guess.
Yeah, perhaps not. All right. Mr. Haley says everyone points to Nicholson, and then parenthetically, and his role is great, no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
But it takes 2 to tango. The way the two play off each other really sells the disdain they have for each other.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. Cruise is great because you also need his kind of earnestness on some level.
Yeah, sure.
And his blind belief in what he's doing is right.
Yeah.
And Nicholson is more so saying, I live in the real world, not your fictitious black and white.
Yeah.
My shit's gray.
Yep.
It's muddy as fuck. So good luck to you. That's what you need me on that wall. There's no clear-cut answer always.
Yeah.
There just isn't. If you do that job or any job with that much stakes for long enough, eventually there will come a time that a decision has to be made that there is no right fucking decision.
Yeah.
Just letter of the law is this. I am doing this. It is a back and forth, a tete-a-tete. Nicholson does steal the scenes, but it's impossible when he's allowed to just go that far.
Oh, he's so great.
But it's a damn good movie.
Yeah. All right. That's your number.
That was my Cinco.
Okay. 5 years, Martin, we said that. All right, so 4. Wait, we're doing 4. Mm-hmm. Top Gun, that's the punt from earlier.
Oh, that's a punt from earlier?
Yeah.
What's he got?
Iconic Cruise, a testosterone explosion that is more like an expensive advert for the Air Force than a film. They were in the Navy. But it provides great sequences and cemented Tom Cruise's Hollywood status. Arguably one of his most rewatchable films, fuck yes. And I feel like we've all wanted to have a Top Gun-worthy nickname in our lives. Very true. Mine's The Outlaw. Suck it.
Wow, is this a childhood dream realized on some level? I guess
maybe some stupid
as a fan of wrestling and as a fan of like this, it might be.
I think it works.
It's in the back of the head.
Well, of course, it tracks.
Good for you. Good for you.
Good for you.
Your subconscious, your id or whatever it is, manifested itself. The high of that. There's nothing wrong with that.
I know.
You get to be the outlaw.
I'm following my dreams,
to a wide swath of individuals. Follow them dreams, man.
Yeah, man.
Today's your birthday. Live it up, birthday boy.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
He's turning 39, folks. 39.
I wish.
On the precipice of 40.
No, to be honest with you, I'm happy at the age I'm at because, I'm happy with the things I've accomplished over the last 4 or 5 years, man. So I have no complaints. I would not want to go back to 39. That was a tough time. So I'm happy.
Good for you.
Good for you.
Good for you. All right, and then Robert says for Top Gun, probably lower than most would have it, but it's not a movie that really resonates with me. Oof. Tom's charisma and confidence are off the charts, though.
Yes.
And to Matt's point earlier, naval recruitment went up.
I mean,
so much after this, or enlistment
insane.
Rather.
Yeah.
So that's why now you get Transformers movies that can shoot on aircraft carriers and stuff like that because it's just an advertisement. Anything Michael Bay does is an advertisement for the Army, and they're 100% on board.
How dare you?
I believe to the public on some level they debuted the Osprey in a Transformers movie.
Did they really?
On some level. That was like the rolling out of here is billions upon billions of dollars, and it was one of the first times the U.S. public got to see it.
Shit, that feels right.
I believe when it came out. Because in my head, I was following that story for years.
I think you're right.
Just governmental largesse, and then sometimes it makes sense, like why you need an ashtray on a submarine that only breaks into 3 pieces, and be like, well, because if there's an explosion, you don't want shards of glass everywhere.
Right. Good
That's
points.
why an ashtray only fucking ruptures into a couple massive pieces That's why it costs so much. Or we use specific pens in space. Like, yeah, you can use pencils like the Soviets did.
Right.
But then you have to worry about shavings and graphite and lead or whatever the case is floating around in the vacuum of fucking space. It goes into your air filters and shit. Let's work on a pen.
Let's just work on a pen.
Let's work on something that's not turning into a fire hazard in an oxygen-rich environment that is in the vacuum of space.
That makes sense.
It does. But anyway, guys, I digress. Let's move on. My 4 is Mission Impossible 3.
Oh, nice. That is not on this list. Not right. That Mission Impossible.
He writes, this is my favorite of the series. Then parenthetically, it's close between this and 4. This is the first time I felt like Cruise had something to lose with Michelle Monaghan. So the stakes were higher. And Philip Seymour Hoffman is the best villain the series has ever had. The moment he is pulled back into the plane and coldly reveals that he now knows Ethan's name is awesome.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Philip Seymour Hoffman is incredible in this movie. He's one of the best villains you'll ever see. And it's so an unusual kind of villain because he isn't like, it's so like, this is just going to happen. Like, I don't know why you're doing this. The inevitable of what I'm going to do to you.
Yeah, I've already thought through every step.
Every step. Like, why are you wasting your time? I'm going to win. Like, just die already. Just accept it and die.
That's like a comic book villain.
Yeah, well, yeah, in that, but like without the hubris. Like, that's the thing that's so great about it. It's just so matter of fact to him that there is no hubris. It's just all tracks.
What was the Superman villain that was the super brain?
Oh, Brainiac.
Yeah, I thought it was something just straight on the nose.
Right.
It works, though. Brainiac, I like it.
Yeah, it's Brainiac, of course. Yeah. That's the way it goes.
It's simple. It's to the point. I get it. I get it. Sometimes it's way too much, and then other times it's like simple was way better. Brainiac, all right. I know he doesn't have the bronze, whatever you set up the character. What version are you going to do now?
Right.
Perfect. I'm on board.
I'm down.
Yeah. For Superman, that's a great villain.
Yeah.
It was one of my favorites of his.
Agreed.
All right. So that was his 4. What's your 3?
All right. His 3 is Collateral.
That is a punt.
Okay. All right. What's your 3?
3 is Edge of Tomorrow.
That is a punt.
Okay.
Yeah.
To your...
No. The number 2 is Mission Impossible Fallout.
Okay.
Not on your list. So he said, as I said before, I haven't watched the rest of the franchise, but this is a fantastic film in its own right. The film is slightly predictable, but well-handled story twists, great action pieces, and Tom Cruise's commitment to doing his own stunts allows for much longer, unbroken shots as the action kicks off, keeping you in the moment and ramping up the tension.
How long do you think he's going to do these stunts?
Not much longer. I don't think he can.
Because,
right?
I believed Ford could do it for a long time. Although now Cruise is getting into that Ford. Ford eventually got too old.
Yes.
Yeah, but couldn't he just do the Liam Neeson?
Who?
Tom.
He won't. He could.
I was saying
the problem is he won't.
As he gets older, just works on that more and continues to be able to do. I think he's smart enough to realize I can't be running like this in every movie.
Yeah.
I just can't.
No, I agree.
My body will, so I just got to go slowly weaves that into. He's a veteran player.
Yeah.
He adds that to his toolbox.
Yeah.
So he's got something else going forward.
Yeah, I guess so. I just think overall he's not going to be able to do it because it's just going to take too much out of him. And if he gets injured again, it takes more time away from the production of the film. And so people go lose jobs, lose days, lose money, lose work because he's on the fucking injured reserve because he wanted to jump a building and broke his fucking ankle because he won't let somebody else do stunts.
Yeah.
I think that's the massive part of it all.
Go talk to Jackie Chan.
Yeah.
It's just, there are ways. I think he's too smart for this. He's thought this career out.
Yes.
It's like 10 steps from now.
Yeah, Jackie Chan has. Yeah.
Well,
absolutely.
I'm saying Tom.
Oh, you think Tom started out?
Hell yes.
With the situation he's been in?
Dude, he sat down with once he got rid of the thetans in his body, he dialed in with this life and he is 20 steps ahead. He's Philip Seymour Hoffman with a smile on his face.
That is great. I like that idea. I like that connection. All right, where are we at?
That was your, 3?
Yes.
Oh, no, that was your 2.
Yeah, 2.
So my 2 is the punt from earlier, Minority Report.
Okay.
Robert says, absolutely excellent movie with great performances from Cruise and Colin Farrell. A very underrated Spielberg film.
Yeah, I agree. Matt says, interesting style choice for a Spielberg film, but like the best dystopian future films, they contain a believable prediction of our future, and we're probably not far off from people being arrested for crimes they haven't even thought of doing yet. It opens up a really intriguing Black Mirror-ish world with some good twists and turns, but does falter in the final 20 to 30 minutes. This Matt Hall guy, I kind of like this Matt Hall guy. I like his assessment of these films. And you know what's great? He uses punctuation correctly, and these are complete sentences. I like how he's laying out his thoughts. Matt Hall, I would enjoy having a conversation with you about film sometime. I like his point of view. I like his approach to this. I rarely give the handshake. Like the British Bacon Show, I rarely give the handshake.
Oh, this is you as Paul?
This is Paul Hollywood giving him the handshake. Matt Hall,
we just need to graft my beard onto your face, and then we'll paint both of them white, and you're good to go.
Can I tell you, I just got into the show.
It's good.
3 weeks ago. Lindley was watching, and I made her go back and watch all 7 seasons with me.
The thing is, I miss the old host.
Yeah, she says that too. She likes the old hosts.
They're better.
Yep.
They just are better. Their stupidity seemed more honest, whereas this just like, okay, we need a charade for act 1, 2, and 3, and then we need the interstitial stuff where for some reason, even though lobsters have nothing to do with what they're doing, they're wearing like lobster stuff. And, And 3 times this season, he's put her into a bag and then like thrown the bag.
Right.
The gag didn't work the first time. We're going to go back to this well? Just like, I don't understand. I missed the two.
The Lawrence of Arabia.
But it was a split with the production. So the producers and Paul moved off, and this is theirs, and then BBC and whatever else stayed. It was a fight between the two of them.
They're doing their own thing.
Yeah.
Paul's no squeaky clean guy either.
Dude, his name's fucking Paul Hollywood.
I know, right?
The artifice of this is so fucking weak. What's in your past, man?
Oh, yeah, right, true.
Who were you before?
Well, he cheated on his wife while he was doing the show, so with one of the American host. It was like, the American host, you peasant, you stepped down to cheat on your wife.
What are you talking about?
American
He upgraded.
Host. That's your thing.
USA. If you're going to be an adulterer, you choose an American.
You choose America. Anyway, all right, where are we?
You're 1.
Oh, yeah, Edge of Tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, it gets the top spot for me as the most rewatchable of his films. Not the most original ideas. It's basically a mashup of Starship Troopers and Groundhog Day. This guy, man, I like him. But it learns from the mistakes made by other films of this concept and pulls out a gripping, action-packed, and entertaining experience. Tom Cruise, was it?
Good.
All right, Tom Cruise pulls out a great character journey starting as a coward, reliving his nightmare of war repetitively, then progresses into almost bored as he loses touch with the danger and starts to have fun with the situation. Finally turning into a full-fledged hero willing to sacrifice himself to save the world. Excuse me. Emily Blunt is also great, and full credit to the writers for going off stereotype and portraying her as a soldier first and less of a love interest, never willing to sacrifice the mission for the man. Also has some top-notch deaths.
Hell yes.
I would agree.
Bob says, what can I say that hasn't been said? Awesome sci-fi action flick, and seeing Cruise in the non-hero role is fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, the beginning of it with him and Brendan Gleeson. Oh. Just awesome.
Yeah.
As he's just, I don't have to, I don't do this. Not taking it one way or the other.
I love it. It's such a good movie, man.
See, I'm not a Starship Troopers fan.
I don't like Starship Troopers.
So yes, it is a combo of those two. That's what I was going to interject with, and I was like, hey, I'm not going to at this point. Groundhog Day, for sure. But
I'm amazed at people who try to pitch Starship Troopers to me as some kind of layered, complex, intelligent film.
No, it sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks. I understand everything that you're pointing out. It still sucks.
And the point it's making has been made in multiple other movies. And you're only saying it's great because it's Verhoeven and you didn't expect him to make this kind of grand statement about society and war.
Well, he's also asking, if you're making that type of movie, you need to basically cast actors that could give you more depth. And it's nothing against them. All these people were young and new, and it was a lower budget.
Look, I don't disagree with you, man. It still doesn't work.
Neil Patrick Harris was had the most acting experience, and he's got one of the smallest roles because they couldn't afford to have him on set longer.
Yeah.
So the budget on this was so razor thin, it's my guess, because it's all going to CGI.
Yeah.
So and watching it, just like, man, these are some wooden fucking performances from people I'd never seen before. Mm-hmm. That was the thing. They could have easily gone on and worked a shit ton of them. Some of them did. It's just asking a lot.
Yeah, I agree. And some of these, and the actors, like, look, MPH, all kudos to him for being on So I Married Your Mom, whatever it's called. But everybody else in the film, really didn't go. I mean, come on, Denise Rich. I mean, we're not talking about, Jake Busey. We're not talking about these, award-winning actors.
The one dude who, this is the only movie I can think of that's his, that he was the lead.
Yeah.
He was in other stuff, and if you went, he was in that. You remember that? It was about this, and this.
Oh,
you mean
the Casper Van Dien.
Yes.
Yeah. That guy.
I know the name.
Nice guy. Incredibly nice. He works with Screen Junkies all the time. Very nice guy. But, no one's winning an Oscar here.
No. Maybe later on, if they had cast as I don't know, maybe they got the chops later. I have no idea.
Okay, fair enough.
But the cast by and large is like, don't remember you.
Don't know you.
Don't know you. Richards, I knew going into it.
Yeah, of course.
And that wasn't a good sign because it's not like I knew her for acting prowess.
It wasn't.
At that moment.
Right. All right, let's put this list together. Thank you to Matt.
We got my number one.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're number one. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Which is the one from earlier, Collateral.
Okay.
And he just writes, this movie kicks ass. I have nothing more to add. I won't deny that. Bob O coming in.
Hey, as layered and textured as Matt is with his responses, I got to appreciate Bob's brevity and to the point.
You son of a bitch. You turned a compliment for him into a shot against me.
What? No, I don't mean you.
Dude, that's expert fucking snipership
Matt
right there.
Hall is what I'm talking about. Matt Hall, not you, Matt.
That was a headshot. Good for you.
Hey, all right.
I didn't see it coming. I was the third man on the match. I was an idiot.
He says, great character over Tom Cruise uses his natural charm to chilling effect, showing off his acting range. The relationship of a hitman dragging an everyman cab driver into his world of crime beautifully reflects the actors. With Hollywood heavyweight Cruise partnered up with relative new boy Fox, but Fox pulls out an equally strong performance, which brought him back to the mainstream. I agree. All right, let's put this thing together.
Yeah, he doesn't get Ray if he didn't do Collateral before.
Right.
All right, so Collateral was where?
3.
Oh, shit. Edge of Tomorrow was 3. I would say Collateral.
Oh, it's over Edge of Tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
Edge of Tomorrow is 1 on this list.
I know. It's a 1-3-1-3.
Oh, it is both.
Yeah, so we choose. I'd say Collateral.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I agree with that. I'll take that.
It's nothing against Edge of Tomorrow. We both wish he would do more Collateral.
Yeah, agreed.
Because now you see the fucking Mission Impossible. If he's on the flip side, and you're like, you're really good at that. I believe you.
Yeah, true. Good point. All right, I have Fallout next. What do you have next at 2?
Don't have it. I've got Minority Report at 2.
Okay, Minority Report is 5 here. Where's your Top Gun?
6.
Ooh, so 2, 5. I guess Minority Report gets at the.
And then Top Gun.
Yeah,
that seems close to right to me.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have your next highest is what?
Mission Impossible Fallout at number 2.
What do you want to do? Okay, so we got Top Gun, Mission Impossible Fallout. I've got Mission Impossible 3 next. When you've got another Mission Impossible on top of that.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to make the list.
Yeah. Fallout was your what? I'm sorry?
2.
Yeah. Let's do Mission Impossible Fallout.
Okay.
All right. I got Mission Impossible 3 at number 4, A Few Good Men at 5.
Okay.
We both have Tropic Thunder.
Yeah, we do. I have Tropic at number 8.
I got it at 7. We got 6 down.
Last Samurai is 6 for me.
Yeah, but I got my 4 and 5.
Okay. So what, we're putting Mission Impossible Fallout now?
Yeah, I already put it down.
Okay.
So that's a number 5.
So what do you...
My next highest is Mission Impossible 3.
Which is?
4.
Yeah, put it in. The way we do it.
And then Tropic Thunder next.
Yeah.
Well, then in common we have Valkyrie, and that's it, right?
Last Samurai we have already in there? No, we don't.
I'm saying in common.
Valkyrie
to make sure.
and Tropic Thunder are the only 2 we have left that are in common, I think.
We have 3 spots left.
Okay.
I have my number 5, A Few Good Men.
Okay.
We have the Valkyrie in common, and then what's your next highest?
Do we have Edge, Mission Impossible, Fallout, Collateral, Top Gun, Minority Report? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, then the next highest for me is 6, Last Samurai.
Okay, well then it would probably go Valkyrie, since we have it in common.
Okay.
And then I've got A Few Good Men at 5. That beats you there.
Okay.
And then Last Samurai gets the last spot.
Samurai. Great score, by the way.
Had Tom Cruise done that for the entire movie, then I'd have a problem with rewatching it.
My name is Nathan Algren. He'd have been kicked off that film.
Squeeze the trigger, do not pull.
Do not pull.
It's got the kick.
We say that respectfully, by the way. These accents, we're just playing around. No offense meant.
Look, if you didn't understand that was terrible, then they're going to attack anyway, no matter if we give an explanation.
All right. I just have to make sure. People get sensitive nowadays.
Well, John, why? What are you talking about, man?
Oh, good point.
I can do this. What? How's that different?
True.
Sometimes I bring because I'm white. I got family from the South. Technically, I was born in the South. Lived a good chunk of my life there. I don't give a shit. Don't give a shit. We've done bad New York.
We have. We really have.
We've done bad this. We've done bad everything else.
That's a fair point. Yeah. All right,
we've done bad French.
We've done bad Italian.
Bad Italian.
Yeah, all right. So we can do bad Japanese, I guess, without meaning offense. All right. Well, that's the relist. Let's count it down. We'll compile this. We'll count down our final list here. I'll do the banging, I guess.
Go for it.
Yeah. At number 10,
The Last Samurai.
At number 9,
A Few Good Men.
At number 8,
Valkyrie.
At number 7,
Tropic Thunder.
At number 6,
Mission Impossible 3.
At number 5,
Mission Impossible Fallout.
At number 4,
Top Gun.
At number 3,
Minority Report.
At number 2,
Edge of Tomorrow.
And our number 1 Tom Cruise film on this relist is
Collateral.
Collateral, not to be confused with Collider. Shout out to Matt Hall and Bob O'Haley and
Wiley Todd.
Wiley Todd.
Thanks to all three of you and for Alex Zakos for helping us organize all this madness. And to Mr. Matt Hasso and Kristen Smith, Mike Shea, and the one and only Joe Ibarra. All of your help actually means the world to us. We wouldn't be able to deliver all the stuff that we do without all of you listening out there and supporting us at patreon.com/the top 10 with the number 10.
Yeah.
And if you just want to join the discussion, there's the Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/the top 10 show, all spelled out. Or find us on Twitter, me at Matt Nost, MATTKNOST.
Me at the Roca says.
And that is it this week for The Relist.
Relist.